Hey guys, me again. I'm gonna be uploading more frequently due to I have enough spare time on my hands. Today we'll be talking about My Hero Academia Season 2 review. I did do a Season 1 review, and this is Season 2. So we hear Midoriya saying that right after the attack on the USJ, that he has been more trying to improve on using One for All. As in Season 1, he always broke his hand, his fingers, but when he attacked Nomu, his arm wasn't broken. As season 2 starts off, we hear that UA is going to be having a sports festival. Basically, every student has to participate, and we meet other people that we see another class, other known as Class 1B, behind 1A. We meet a lot of people. The sports festival starts as all of them are training. Shoji's working, so it's Hakakure, Mineta is just, you know, just, you know. Kirishima, also Bakugo, mostly everyone in Class 1A is training for the sports festival. As the sports festival starts, we get to the first course, which is none other than a race. The race starts off normal with everyone, as Midoriya is in last, or I think third, because he doesn't know how to use his quirk. All he knows about One for All is that he can actually punch really hard and all that. So he doesn't know like any other abilities than that. Toward the race, Bakugo and Todoroki are in first and second, while everyone else is trying to keep up behind. Mineta uses his quirk to get people stuck. Jiro uses her earphone jack to short out the robots. Bakugo uses explosions to go faster. Todoroki uses his ice. Momo, Creation, all of them are using their quirks except for Deku, since he doesn't know that much about it. As they get to the landmines, or the minefield, either one, Deku comes up with an idea to beat Bakugo and Todoroki. He comes up with an idea to get all the mines into one spot, to hit it so it can propel him. And it works out. He gets first, Bakugo I think gets second, or Todoroki gets second, or Bakugo. So the first top three are Bakugo, Deku, and Todoroki. All three of them make it. Last place, I actually thought it was going to be Hagakure due to her quirk of invisibility, but it turns out the last place had to be Yuga Oyama. Now that the first one is done, the first course, the second course begins, which is hand-on-hand combat. We see... No, it's the cavalry battle, sorry. I just haven't seen season 2. I've been watching a lot of season 4, so I'm like, okay. I'm getting off topic. So, first place gets 1,000,000 points. So now everyone is on Deku. The top 4 gets to move on to the next stage. So we got our teams. For Deku, we get Deku, Uraka, Mei Hatsume. I say her full name for some characters. And Tokoyami. Bakugo, we have Bakugo, Mina, Sero, Kirishima. For Todoroki, we have Todoroki, Momo, yeah, Ida, and I think who was also on that team? It, I know I'm wasting valuable time just thinking. Kaminari, I think? Okay, yeah. As the cavalry battle goes on, we meet one of Class 1B's people, Monoma, which I say is the most hated character. I hated Mineta like in season 1, but the second I saw Monoma and his reaction, I'm like, please. Monoma, Class 1B. Quirk, copy. All he has to do is touch a person or take a person's DNA. He can pretty much use their quirk. as we see him use Kirishima when he takes Bakugo's headband. The cavalry battle goes on with everyone trying to go up against Deku. Deku uses one of Mei Hatsume's inventions, a jetpack and everything. Tokoyami uses Dark Shadow to fend off attacks on offense and defense, while Araka uses her Zero Gravity. As the cavalry battle goes on, everyone keeps targeting Deku. Just then, Todoroki creates a wall of ice, so it's just him and Deku and Todoroki's team left on the cavalry. As they go on, Ida uses a new move called Recipro Burst. I don't know how to say it. I'm not good with cards or anything. As that happens, he was able to steal Midoriya's headband faster. Deku remembers where the headband is, but as he does this, Momo explains that she changed the position. Deku only got 54 points. With that, the cavalry battle ends. First place is Todoroki, so him and his team move on to the finals. Second place, Team Bakugo. Bakugo loses it, like always. Third place is Shinso's team, another person from 1B. Fourth place, Team Midoriya. So we get our matches. Deku versus Shinso, Kaminari versus Divine Girl, I don't see her a lot, I totally forgot her name. Bakugo versus Araka. Tokoyami versus Monoma. No, Tokoyami versus Momo. Ojiro and another kid from 1B, both, they don't want to go because they don't remember one thing from the battle. Only until the very end. So it's Mina and Yuga. I'm so wondering how we made it in, to be honest. I think it was because first battle is Deku versus Shinso. After that, we see Shinso's work. Brainwashing. If you answer one question, you're done. Deku breaks out and uses his physical ability. Bakugo versus Araka. Araka loses. Tokoyami versus Momo. Momo loses. Lita against Mei Hatsume. Hatsume was just using her inventions, so she forfeits. Kaminari uses too much electricity, like always, he's out. Zero versus Todoroki. Zero loses. Kaminari versus Tetsu. They both pass out, but then they settle over to arm wrestling. Kirishima wins. Next one up is Deku versus Todoroki. It was a good battle. Deku was just doing that to block off his ice, which worked until he broke all of his fingers. Then we see Todoroki's past, about how his father was training him because he was born with a much stronger quirk than all of his siblings, as so I have heard. You see Todoroki crying and the mom accidentally pouring boiling water on his left side, and that gave him that. As Deku keeps telling him to use his own power, we finally see Todoroki use his left side. They both take the blast, and Deku loses. Next one up is, I totally forgot everything else. All I know is that Tokoyami and Lita go to the semifinals. Tokoyami against Bakugo. Bakugo immediately wins by using the brightness of his explosions to make Dark Shadow, you know. Lita almost won with his Recipro boost, but Todoroki beat him. Last battle, Todoroki versus Bakugo. It goes on good, but Todoroki was still scared to use his left side against Bakugo, which led Bakugo to win. But then we hear something right after Ida's battle. We hear about his brother Ingenium, and that a hero killer, Sting, got him. Lita immediately runs to the hospital to go check on his brother. He's okay, but he can't feel anything from the waist down. So he's telling Lita, I want you to take my name. After the sports festival's done, we move on to the next part of season 2. internships. You work with pro heroes. Everyone gets recommendations, and they each pick like, oh, I want to go to this agency, I want to go here. But Midoriya gets an interesting internship from All Might's old teacher, Gran Torino. He taught All Might how to use All for One in good condition. I think I don't know. As Midoriya goes, he sees that Gran Torino was old and that he doesn't know anything. That is until he sees Deku's costume and he's like, okay, fire a wall for all on me right now. We see how Gran Torino is with his quirk flying around the room to make Deku fire a wall for all at him. At day one, everything's good. He leaves to go buy food and comes back and he falls asleep. Deku goes into the alley behind Gran Torino's house to continue using One for All. The next morning, Gran Torino makes him cook toyami? I actually don't know. Deku then learns that the pastry is him. That's when he figures out he has to keep One for All flowing through his body instead of just using it when he needs it. Gran Torino is impressed and tells him how. As they keep training, Gran Torino takes it a step further and goes to Hasu City, where the hero killer Stain and where Lita is taking his internship. Just then, Shigaraki Kurogiri talks with Stain, saying, we need you, we're gonna start a league of villains, so we need you to help. Stain gets angry at Shigaraki and agrees. Goes to Hasu City to kill more heroes. As he goes there, we see Lita go into alleyways to go find Stain and to kill him. Where Stain is attacking another hero, Native American. I'm not being I just nativist. I guess that's his name. I don't know. Tell me in the comments if you know it. Lita goes and is automatically overpowered by Stain by using his quirk. Before Lita can die, Deku comes in and saves him. And he is using One for All full cowling, 5%, which is basically him helping his physical body move everywhere. After doing that, after a little more, Todoroki comes to save Deku. Before he gets attacked, Todoroki, Deku comes back, and then Stain is like, how is he moving? He must be blood type B. Then we see his quirk, Blood Curdle. If he licks the blood, there is a time limit for one. To O, the A, the AB, the B. Since Deku is B, it takes the least time. It takes the least time to wear off. While for B, it takes the longest time to wear off. It keeps going with all of them using their power, mostly Todoroki to stop Stain from attacking him by using his ice and for offense fire. Lita uses his Recrepo boost. I keep saying it wrong no matter how many times I try. Gets Stain, but he can't use it again. He tells Todoroki to freeze his engines. Todoroki does. Then Deku and Lita both punch him, knocking him out. As they get out there, all the heroes are happy to see them. But the second they get out, a Nomu of a different variation with wings catches Deku. Stain breaks out of his wrist binds and saves Deku. Then he gives a gigantic thing, like, all of you heroes are nothing. You shouldn't even be called heroes. The only one that should be called a hero makes a gigantic sacrifice, which is All Might. That got me thinking, what does he mean by a sacrifice? What does he mean by they're not really heroes and that All Might is the only one that actually is a hero? At the end, we see everyone's internship. Tsuyu with the Marines, Bakugo, Beshinus, Araka, Gunhead, Momo, and Kendo from another person from Class B is... I totally forgot what her name is. Mineta is at Mountain Ladies. Tetsu, Kirishima at a Chivalrous Hero. I keep forgetting his name. since we only see them once, so I'm like, okay. All of them go to different organizations to help. At the end, in the hospital, they say, you will not speak this to anyone. For a cover-up story, we will basically say that Endeavor saved your life. Todoroki went to Endeavor's place to learn how to control his fire, I think. So that was the end of season 2. I really liked, out of my opinion, I liked the internships way better with Deku with Stain and Gran Torino. The sports festival was also good, but I'm not saying that I like it better. It's just like the sports festival was just like a one-time thing for UA. Well, so was the internship, but I enjoyed it better since you actually see more about All Might, his fear with his previous teacher. Guess that's it for today's video. I will actually try to upload more since I have more free time. I am trying to find out a way to upload some of my Naruto videos that I played with my little brother onto YouTube through my Xbox One. So yeah, like this video, give it a thumbs up if you want. If you want to subscribe, go ahead. Want to be notified about my videos, hit the bell. Any animes you guys want me to see, put it in the comments, and I'll see what I can do. See you later. Bye.